In this lesson, we are going to learn how to solve an equation in which you have to combine like terms. We'll start with problem number 1. In problem number 1, you'll notice that there are two terms that are alike, two terms that have the same variable. And so what we need to do is to combine those two terms into one. So a negative 4x plus a positive 9x would make a positive 5x, because negative 4 plus positive 9 makes positive 5. The 3 remains as is, and so does the 18. So what we've done is we've taken a longer equation and we've simplified it by combining those terms which are alike, those terms that have the same variable. Once we have it written like that, now the equation is just a two-step equation. So once again, we would start by undoing the adding 3 by subtracting 3. Remember, what you put on one side, you must put on the other. So we subtract 3 from each side. The plus 3, the minus 3, they eliminate each other because they're opposites. Leaves us with 5x on the left, and then the 18 minus 3 gives us 15 on the right. Now it's time to undo that multiplication by 5. To undo multiplication by 5, we divide by 5. So we put our division bar and divide by 5 on the left. Put our division bar and divide by 5 on the right. 5 divided by 5 is 1. And so they eliminate each other, leave us with 1x. And then the 15 divided by 5 would be 3. And that's how you would solve an equation which requires combining like terms. If we were to look at another equation that requires combining like terms, a little bit more complicated one, we would look at problem number 5. In problem number 5, there are actually 3 terms which are alike. We have a negative 3n, we have a positive n, and we have a positive 4n. Remember that when you have a variable and there is no number in front of it, that is equal to 1. So we have a negative 3n, a positive 1n, and a positive 4n. If we put together the negative 3 and a positive 1 and a positive 4, and using our rules for adding integers, we would end up with a positive 2n. Positive 1 and positive 4 makes a positive 5n, and a positive 5n and a negative 3n make a positive 2n. The 7 is our number term that we have left that has nothing to combine with, and then our equals 59 remains the same when we do that first simplification. Now again, we have a two-step equation. You'll notice that in all of these equations, when you are combining like terms, when you simplify them, they all simplify back to a two-step equation. So the opposite of a plus 7 would be a minus 7. Make sure you put a minus 7 on each side of the equation. The plus 7 and the minus 7 are opposites, so they eliminate each other, leaving us with 2n on the left. And then 59 minus 7 is 52 on the right. Then we would undo the multiplication by 2 by dividing by 2. So we divide by 2 on the left, divide by 2 on the right. 2 divided by 2 is 1, so we get 1n, or just n. And 52 divided by 2, would be 26. And that is how we would solve a problem like number 5.